Alright guys, a while ago, about April last month, I made a video about the surrendering in League of Legends, the slash remake, the thing that you can do when an AFK is in your game and you can remake it. Now this is basically a follow-up video to this because there have been a decent amount of changes. Like I said, it was a lot of things that Riot needed to fix and a lot of kinks they needed to work out, and this is their pretty much final form of slash remake. Now, if you are a lazy person like me and do not like to read a very large post like this, well, this isn't that large of a post, but I'm gonna go over it with you anyway. I'm gonna refresh the page so I can refresh my FAQ. But yo, we're just gonna go through this, read through it, and announce the pros and cons to this system. Now, so far it's okay. I think it could be a bit more, not necessarily forgiving, but it could be a bit more, broad. It could cover more than just what it does. Play games that matter with slash remake. Even if the occasional stomp feels great, every game of League of Legends should feel hard fought and competitive on both sides. With that in mind, slash remake lets you mash the eject button at the beginning of a 4v5 game, ending the match consequence free and allowing everyone to move on to a more equitable rumble. Here's how it works. Alright, first bullet: if any player is DC'd or flagged for at least 90 seconds after the 3-minute mark. Alright, so what the fuck does that actually mean? What actually is this implying? Now, let me just break it down here on Notepad. If any player is DC'd or flagged AFK for at least 90 seconds at the 3-minute mark. So 1 minute and 30 seconds, minions and spawn, all that bullshit comes on. Basically, they're trying to protect the integrity of a laning phase. Now, there is nothing else they cover for anything after 3 minutes. Now, and there is only one time you can have a slash remake occur in game. So it's not, like I said, it's not that broad, but at least it's something, at least it's in the game and you can sort of have a way to remake games. I mean, it's something, right? But it's not all that bad. You can still have an AFK and remake the game and not have it count. And all players on the shorthanded team are prompted to slash remake after this occurs. Like at the 3-minute mark, this will automatically pop up and you can vote to surrender it. All players on the team have 1 minute to prompt that vote. Like I just said, it will come up and the slash remake, you can just type that and you will vote to FF and not have any penalty at all. The vote needs at least 2 or 4 players, 30% of players in the game to agree, so you can still technically disagree to play a 4v5, which is completely retarded to me. And at this point, the game will end. All players connected to the game basically pretend the game never happened, gaining or losing no LP, IP, or XP, and seeing no change to their overall win-loss records. The DC player or players takes full LP losses or drop a promo game and are also flagged by Lever Buster. Now this is probably the weird, it's like a good and a bad thing. Now technically only diamond players will take a loss if they are duoing with somebody else who has an issue when it comes to slash remaking. So if their duo does not come, say if it's like a diamond and a plat player, the plat player AFKs. Okay, so if that happens, both of them take a loss for that if they get this slash remake going on. So they say it's to protect competitive integrity. Diamond 5 and above players will also take this loss. This is what I just explained. We'll keep an eye on this restriction to see if it needs to extend to lower ranks. I honestly don't know if this should extend to lower ranks or even be in the game at all. I mean, that's not really my main concern. But this, honestly, right here, this is probably one of the best things. It's a good punishment, honestly, for AFKing, and it should be this for every single AFK. And no matter what happens, you take full LP losses or drop a promo game and are also flagged by Lever Buster. Lever Buster is annoying and OP, and if you are hindered from playing ranked and playing the game for AFKing, I mean, AFKing is a serious factor. You need to be on your shit when it comes to having good McDonald's internet, if that's what you have to deal with, or Walmart internet, or whatever. You gotta be on your shit, man. But Slash Remake rolls out for testing in patch 6.6 for NA only, and a global launch shouldn't be too far behind. Check the FAQ below and hit us with any questions in the comments, like they're gonna fucking answer. No, I'm just playing. They might answer comments, but let's just go ahead and go over the FAQ. Basically, I was just saying my own FAQ and my own thoughts. But what queues will be allowed for a Slash Remake? Every single queue. When exactly can I start a remake vote? It prompts itself. So my team just started a Slash Remake vote. I stopped playing to vote and I died. What happened? So basically, you're a fucking bronze 5 player and you were typing and you died. Once the vote starts, it will resolve regardless of kills. So you're good. So as soon as that vote pops up, you can do whatever you want for another minute, because it lasts for another minute and you will be fine. Okay, what happens after a Slash Remake vote is successful? Like we already read, the game ends, everybody goes to the in-game lobby. The DC player is Libra busted and incurs a loss. All other players face no consequences unless their duo is Diamond 5 or up, basically pretending the game didn't happen and can re-queue whenever. Are 4v5s really that common? Okay, I don't know about this, right? Not necessarily saying that they're always happening every single game, but they're definitely common, and they're saying that 4v5s do happen and they do feel awful, which is obviously true. You can tell that Riot has just now starting to play their own system finally at May 30th. And they're finally noticing that this is a problem for people gaining LP. So even if they are pretty rare, according to Riot, compared with the past, we felt the pain was worth solving for. Wow, Riot. That almost sounds good. When are you nerfing Graves again? Okay, no. What if a player DCs after the 3-minute mark? After the 3-minute mark, the game's considered a game of record and Slash Remake will not be an option. Now, this is the only thing that really sucks about the system. If somebody AFKs or dies, like before this whole thing is able to occur, Slash Remake does not exist, and that's really annoying for people who don't understand how the system works, who suck at the game, who AFK and just spam AFK, rage in game, all this other crazy stuff. It still won't completely protect the system, is what I'm saying. This is a very big con for the game, because yeah, it's great, you can Slash Remake after 3 minutes of playing a bad game, but usually the games that I play, people AFK whenever they want or whenever in a game, and they just ruin the whole experience by not playing, by raging and AFKing and typing in chat, by just doing anything they want. And honestly, for the most toxic and most annoying players when it comes to AFKing and making games horrible for other players, this won't completely fix it. I totally read the whole article, and I know it says First Blood, but I can't pronounce words today, but do executions prevent a Slash Remake? I already kind of covered this. Executions won't, only a PvP kill will. I already covered all of this basically. Do the extra rules around diamond players and pre-mates affect normal games or just ranked. I'm a plat player and in a pre-made with the diamond player who DCs. If I vote to remake, will I lose LP? Only the diamond player in the pre-made will incur a loss. This is basically the opposite thing. You can read it if you want. I'll keep this on the screen for a decent amount of time. If a DC player affect blah 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 blah, already this is kind of self-explanatory. You're gonna lose how much LP you're supposed to lose if you lose. Duh. Why test Slash Remake in NA? Obviously NA is the biggest region. Everybody is basically testing on this, or whoever's testing this is on NA, according to Riot. It's a team by team decision, blah blah blah, not a broad policy. Like I said, this is not broad at all. But yeah, this is gonna be in the game soon. It's something, at least they're sort of catering to AFKs. It could be worse. This could not exist at all. But like I said, the pros to this is that 3 minutes in game, if somebody AFKs, like I said, this main bullet is very important. If somebody is flagged AFK for at least 90 seconds at the 3-minute mark, you can remake a game. So if you get cool with your teammates, you can just go in game and be like, hey, so-and-so is AFK. Let's just not really play too much. Let's just chill, do whatever you want for another 3 minutes, and then just Slash Remake so we can just start a new fresh game. That is basically what you can benefit off of from this whole thing. You can have integrity in games for 3 minutes worth if somebody is AFK for at least 90 seconds at this mark, at the 3-minute mark. I've kind of repeated this a million times. I hope you guys get it because it's retarded, but I want to spread awareness for this, and simply that this is the main thing that this would be covering. Now, the cons about this is simply, as I said before, I think I will add a timestamp to this section of the video. I already kind of explained it. Like I said, it's not very broad when it comes to having freedom to cast this vote whenever you want. Like I said, this is prompted by the game only, not any player. So I think this system could be improved drastically if people could cast a /remake whenever somebody was AFK. For maybe if somebody's AFK at any point in the game, it would be a lot. But how about you up this time? Make it to where maybe like somebody's AFK for maybe 10 minutes, and then you can slash a remake. Well, not 10 minutes, that might be too much, but you guys kind of get what I'm saying. Alright, just a quick intermission. Going back to the last video, I remember I had something to say on my own video. I said, honestly, I think implementing a pause function in ranked games will be a better change overall, maybe allowing 10 minutes for a DC player to return. That's what I was basically saying. A pause function would be a lot better for somebody to return, especially if they're in a pre-made queue. But you can't necessarily say that, oh, somebody's going to return at this point in the game, blah blah this, blah blah that. They want this kind of to be worked as a system, not just hitting /pause. But that's how it is in custom games. And if custom games, like the queues, like they still have the regular draft pick queue in customs, and they have /pause to be enabled in customs, I just think that that's just a better system. But that's just my opinion. This is just one pro or improvement to the system that could be implemented for, you know, just better gameplay overall. But to me, it'd have to be something similar to /remake to vote a game. You'd have to /pause to kind of vote to pause the game, and you know, that's just how it could kind of, you know, be a little flexible. And I don't know, man, that's just my 2 cents on it. I just think there's different ways to make this a bit better, but like I said, I'm not gonna take it for granted. At least it's something. But like I said, coming from Riot at this point, at least it's something. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this gave you some insight. If you have any comments or questions about this whole /remake system, link will be in the description to this post, and you can just chat with each other and I will respond to anything, any confusion you guys may have, because it took me a couple reads to get this completely. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.